guys, happy Friday. I'm as sick of delivering these messages as you are of hearing them, I assure you, because I'm in the same boat as you are, okay? But I wanted to show you here. This is our energy coming in, okay, is the King of Cups. But I wanted to show you under here that you've got the Queen of Swords here, okay? So you're not going to come up against anything today that you're not going to be able to handle, okay? I just wanted to point that out. We've got some tough energy, okay? Usually when planets go retrograde, they go retrograde and they don't stay there very long, right? Well, we've got Venus retrograde, okay? That is, along with the others, Saturn and Mercury. They're staying there for a bit, okay? So this is, should show you, I'm trying to, how you say, these are bigger changes than we've experienced before, okay? And there is a reason for it. It's, you know, it's changing things in us, right? Because that's where the changes need to happen first to show up in the world, right? This is on such a level, though, that it's like a psychological change, right? Our chemical makeup changes, okay? So how we look at things are very different, right? What we're doing right now is we're pulling back things to the self, right? And as easy as that sounds to roll off the tongue, it's hard because we're not taught how to treat ourselves well, right? We were never taught that. We know to do unto others, which is what has got us into this mess, right? I think doing unto others, yes, we absolutely is a great thing to do, but there's got to be a balance there. And when you're not taught the other end of that coin, this is the kind of dynamic that happens, and we're starting to realize that it's just not working. But the good news is with this change here, this is like a transmutation. It's not even like just a change we're going through. This is a change that's going to change us for the rest of our lives, right? That cup in the card in the Rider-Waite deck there, that one with the knight laying on the table, the Four of Swords there with the window in the background and all of that. That is a card, yes, of change, but what that card really is a card of transmutation. All right, it looks like nothing's going on the outside, but on the inside, it really is like a chemical change. I don't go into that in the readings because I just think it's too much for general reading, right? There's a lot to that card, but that's exactly what's happening now, and that's why the planets are doing such an aggressive dance, okay? It's so that we get this period done, right? It's not a good, it's a lot though. It tugs at our emotions. It's the foundations of our lives are shaken now, and what's going to crumble are the things that are meant to fall away. That doesn't make it any easier, right? Usually this is people. These are ways of living that we've had for years, right? And those are the harder changes, because when we try to change anything, what's the one thing that, you know, we really miss but don't think about? It's our routines, right? Those are the things that keep us, you know, going, right? And be that good, bad, or indifferent, it's still routine, and that's what people crave, right? So what we're coming in with today is, I think this is going to be a continuation of yesterday, but I also think it's going to be a continuation of the past couple of weeks, okay? So this can take place on any front, in the job, on a personal one-on-one relationship, okay? But what's happening too is you're starting to see the other side of people, because if you've done the work, right, that this alignment is going to push you ahead. If you've not done the work and you've been a slacker, you're also going to pay the price for that, okay? So, you know, you basically reap what you sow now, and the planets are either going to help you or they're going to show you exactly the part in all of this that you've played, right? But what happens here with this is we'll notice a lot more narcissism, all right, where we hadn't noticed it before. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there because I think you're going to come against some things. I've noticed that in a lot of the readings that I'm doing, That's the kind of just people are wowed by other people's behavior, and it's always been there. It's just never been brought to the light like it is now, right? Sun is bringing everything to light. We flip the light on in the closet, and it is what it is. So you're going to really see what people are made of now, okay? Including yourself. It's a change for everyone, right? But I think the only the people that are really shocked now are the ones that you know, do things the right way for the right reasons and aren't self-absorbed, right? Okay. Now, with that said, we come in with the King of Cups, okay? We've got the Nine of Swords, which is from yesterday too, okay? We've got the Page of Swords for added fun today, and we've got the Seven of Cups. Okay, I think what's happening here is that, you know, like I say, jobs that we're pulling it back to the self, right? Am I being paid for what I'm worth? Am I in a relationship that is, you know, worthy of me? Is it what I want? Am I getting out of it? Am I the only one putting in? Am I putting in more than I'm getting out? Is what is fulfilling to me and what is not fulfilling to me, right? You're keeping the things that are fulfilling to you, or you're cutting them loose, and that includes people, right? And again, this is why these kind of messages are not easy to deliver, because these are the things that we can say, yeah, this person is not serving me well. It doesn't make the difference. You know, it's still hard to cut these people loose and to change our routines on a day-to-day, right? This is when divorces come to an all-time high, right? When job changes come to an all-time high, where people in authority, you know, pull out the narcissistic card and just, you know, throw you under the bus in a work arena, and here you lose your job, you know, that you've had for 15, 20 years because someone's now got a hair across their ass because you're no longer doing your job and the part of their job that they should have been doing. Now you're stepping up and you're saying something and they're not liking it, so it's costing you, right? This is the kind of things that we're going to start seeing. On the good side, though, it's also the same time, you know, this is happening is because we're stepping up now. We're not doing jobs that aren't fulfilling any longer. We're not doing jobs that aren't paying us what we're worth. We're not staying in relationships that aren't fulfilling, right? We're doing away with all of that, and that, I think, is the choices that we're making here. We come in with the King of Cups, okay? This is a very caring, nurturing, mentoring type of energy, okay? It's someone that would go the distance to help you, right? Usually at the cost of themselves, however, or their projects or their jobs, right? So this is when you're going to start to see things come up where you're now taking a hit because you tried to help someone else. You've you've jumped the fence from helping them to doing for them, right? And all of your stuff is falling and crumbling now, and now you've got to pay attention that in that effort, you know, you've taken a financial loss, or you've taken a you know, whatever the dynamic is, okay? But now we come in with the Nine of Swords, okay? That's tough energy. That's the realization of all of this, right? This is I'm up at night because I, you know, either just lost my job, or I can lose my job, or I hate this job, you know, or this person I know this is not going to work. It's just not going to work. We're going to end up here in another year. I need to do something about it. It's the things that get us sick. It's the things that keep us up at night. It's the things that throw us into depression. This is where addictions come in, right? It's not a great energy, and it's crossed by the Page of Swords, which is tough energy. These are narcissistic people that we come across, right? That they're in our sphere, but until we shake up the apple cart and start to pull back and do us, this is when you see what the real people in your surroundings are made of, and you're going to be wowed. I can't tell you how many readings that I've had recently where people that have known these people for years are seeing sides of them and they're just shocked, right? So the wow factor and the WTF factor are off of the charts, but they've been there. We've just not noticed it because we've been going so fast. But now that we're slowing down a little bit, right? It's the time where, you know, we're not pass and go, we're not collecting $200, we're going directly to jail. And in there, we've got time to sit and really take a survey of what's around us. What are we doing? How are we making a living? Why are we, doing things that we're not fulfilled in? We're not anymore. That's the special dance of all these planets. And depending upon what side of the fence you're on, it's going to sting a little bit. But I don't think the majority of you are on the other side of the fence. I really think that, we're the doers, and now we're pulling back a little bit because our lives are crashing and burning, and it's just not going over well. We're meeting resistance. It's tough energy. Okay, so what I think is really happening here is I think you're coming across, people in the job arena that have a hair across their ass and they're gunning for you, right? Which could cost you your job. It can, right? But just know under that it aligned in a way to propel you forward, because you're somewhere that you're not supposed to be. It doesn't make it any, Sebastian agrees. It doesn't make you any, it doesn't make it any easier, right? Because the last thing you want to do is lose your job in the midst of feeling like this, right? But this is when the universe comes in and it does things that we know we should have done, we've just not done, right? For whatever reason. So, excuse me. So we've got the Nine of Swords here. I think that the Nine of Swords, again, is the stark realization that things need to change. So the Page of Swords comes in here. That's an energy of a person that pushes too hard and goes too fast, right? It's very, they're happy that you'll help them, but when you pull back that helping hand, it's the me, right? Like you've wounded me and you've done this and you've done that. And meanwhile, the helping hand that they should have been grateful for, but chose to be lazy, because this card can be, over assertive, or they can be slackers. There's no middle switch, right? And this is when the narcissistic personality of this card comes out. Okay, it's the, they want to know a lot. The messages coming in with that card too are about, problems, solutions, gossip. It's not usually a great energy. This is someone who, on the flip side, wants to know everything about everyone, and meanwhile, the things that you told this person in confidence, I assure you, are not going to stay there. This is the type of energy that someone is going to slander you or say something about you, or it's just it's juvenile energy, but it's not going to make the situation any better, right? They're going to be nagging, and they're going to be full force at you, and it's going to be exhausting. Okay, so that's what I think is happening. I think marriages are ending, relationships are ending, and the people that have been taking are now not happy, because now, they've got to actually do something for themselves. And I don't say that with any pleasure at all. Okay, I'm actually tired of saying it, but we're at the final clear out. Okay, so we've got to just stay the course. We're at that 11th hour, right? So that's what I think you're up against today. And I think you're making tough choices, but I think you're making choices from a really healthy spot for the first time, probably in a very, very long time, if not ever, right? And that's about making choices long-term, thought out for yourself, choices that can be grounded, right? That's also in jobs that we want to get in. Maybe we need to, do we take another class? Do we have what it takes? It's doing the legwork. It's really getting the plan in place, long-term, healthy choices for ourselves, okay? That King of Coins can be another, on the flip side to him. He's very emotionally grounded and all of that, but he can also be, on the flip side, very manipulative. He can be a narcissist also. He's the one that, he can kind of pretend that the problems aren't there, right? He can ignore the problems. And this is someone that on the home front or the job arena or whatever has a tendency to become very over-aggressive, right? The emotions are out of balance. That's what narcissism is. It really is a mental impairment there. Like you're just, it's the mentality of a child, but you're looking at an adult person and you're thinking, for the love of all, what is really going on here? But you're really seeing the person under the real light, because the sun is a lot brighter now. It's a lot closer now. Okay, if you've got Aries, Pisces anywhere in your chart, and you all do somewhere, so this is affecting everyone to some degree, okay, it's the rude awakening there of what is my value, right? And then the intuition, the spiritual side of it is the Pisces side, and it's, you know, you're really seeing things now for what they are. You know, the delusions are not there. It's what you're seeing is exactly what you're getting here, and it's tough energy, you know, because we're shaking up the apple cart to change our lives, and these people that have just been riding on the coattail are not happy, and we're going to see just how childlike they can, not in a good way either, childish more than childlike is going to come at you today. Okay, so that's what I think is going on, but I'm glad that the Queen of Swords is under there, okay, because you're going to know how to handle this no matter what comes at you with dignity and grace, and you're not going to pull yourself out of your composure, okay, because you are the master communicator, and that's how we show up, right? We don't need to stoop to other people's level. I think you're just going to take the sword out today and shut it down, you know, and that's, again, I don't enjoy, I really don't enjoy delivering these, but it's, I know it's what's here. I know I can feel the energy around this, and I know it's a big change. Feel it. I'm going through it myself, you know, so I'm right here with everyone. I'm a person too. So it gives me no joy at all to deliver this, because I know that the pain involved in this is horrific, you know, and we get through it though. Okay, I do know one thing, that things are always aligned in our favor, even if we don't see it now. Okay, so I hope that this helps in some way. Make wise choices, put yourself first here, okay, and the rest will fall into line. The people that are meant to be with you will be with you. They'll come in now. You know, we're turning the light on in the closet, and we're really seeing what's in there, you know, and we're cleaning stuff out, including people. There are lessons and blessings too, but you know, we're wide awake now, okay? So I think this is wonderful. I think it's a Friday, thank goodness, because this is tough energy. It's been a tough couple, it's been tough, period, but it is changing, guys. I assure you, this is like the house is almost cleaned out, okay? So there you have it. Deep breaths, you know, maybe some more wine, and just be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Have faith in yourself. Trust in the universe, and you're not alone, okay? You're not going through this alone. There's a reason for this, okay? So there you have it. I hope that this helped in some way, and I'll be back with your weekend forecast, okay? If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer anything for you, okay? Thank you so much.